Welcome. Maybe the best day of the NBA. Thursday night, and we're happy you could be here with us. Our broadcast team tonight, on one side, Greg Anthony. On the other side, Steve Smith. On the sideline, David Aldridge. I'm Kevin Harlan. DA, it's all yours.
Thank you very much. Now the calls to shorten the NBA season continue. One NBA president has even suggested a 58-game schedule. And for the playoffs, one and done. He says there's a reason people tune into every football game. The college tournament in 63 games gets more TV money than we do in our entire regular season. The more drama, the more TV ratings, the more money. Kevin?
What's not to like? Everything makes sense. Rest the players, more practice time, and all the things you just talked about. Maybe, DA, less is more. And thanks for the report. Here are the five for the Raptors. The forwards are Barnes and Siakam. Fred VanVleet out there with Anunoby. And it's Poeltl in at the center, locking down the middle. And for the Celtics, the post tandem, it's Horford and Williams. Out on the wings, it's Brown and Tatum. And it's Smart in the point. And a deep roster for the Raptors. But, Smitty, do they have the star power, the star talent to win big?
Well, they have Scotty Barnes. He was last season's Rookie of the Year. His growth will be key. But with Fred VanVleet and Pascal Siakam, all-star caliber players, Toronto's not shy on talent, Kevin.
Brown, good.
That's where Brown is at his best. A muscular beast who loves finishing strong through the contact.
Now here's VanVleet. In the loss to the Celtics the other night, definitely was not himself. Here's Boston now. This game coming on the heels of their win against Toronto.
Yeah, and in that game, you see how they built out this roster, acquiring role players who can step up when needed.
And a strong bench gives you the flexibility to bring someone in and exploit a certain matchup.
Here's VanVleet, following the basket by Jaylen Brown. Passes it to Barnes. Just 5 on the clock. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot two. And Scotty Barnes, the Rookie of the Year in 2022 in the NBA.
And you could argue he was maybe the biggest surprise of the 21 draft. Made a huge impact on the floor immediately. If you did a redraft of that class, he'd be closer to the top.
That's good from Barnes. And Greg, up and down this Celtics roster, so many of their key players were drafted by the Boston Celtics.
And Tatum and Brown at the core, but also credit to their front office. Rare to find a powerhouse built from homegrown talent.
And good on the second, so he makes them both.
Looking at the Raptors roster, basically the entire squad is under 30. Their key players are extremely young, a great sign for the future.
A little over a minute gone here in the first quarter. Siakam outside. No good with the triple. Celtics have gone 2 or 3 here to start out the game. Yeah, youth is on their side. And Smitty, since winning that title in 2019, the Raptors have totally turned over their squad.
Kawhi, Kyle Lowry, Serge Ibaka, all have left Toronto, Kevin, replaced with much younger players. Give Toronto's front office credit for retooling quickly.
Here's Smart. Good on the 13-footer.
They have really found a rhythm here early. 4 for 5 to start this game.
And there's the pass to Anunoby. Stolen by Smart. And slam dunk by Smart.
And the skills of Brown, not just a super athlete, but a tremendous floor general as well.
Out to the right wing. Here's Siakam. And it's sent back by Horford. Smart against VanVleet. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. And Marcus Smart, GA, the very definition of a guy you love on your team, but hate to play against.
And teams that go deep need that sort of presence. Smart is more than just an agitator, though. Great player who anyone would want to play alongside.
First one falls for him. And coming down the stretch here, Greg, a lot left to decide, especially for teams on the playoff bubble.
And Kevin, the play-in tournaments add another level of complexity. I'll say this, the league now has more teams fighting all the way to the end.
Good on both.
And some of what Smart gives this team doesn't always show up in the stat sheet, but he makes plays that help you win.
Van Vliet passes to Burton. Van Vliet with it. Williams picks him up. Birtle sets the pick for Siakam. No good. They had a chance to end the run there.
4 shots, 4 misses, and you can sense a certain frustration building.
Tatum's shot is off.
You expect him to make that, especially from that distance.
And that'll be Toronto as it goes out of bounds. Raptors retain possession.
And that's just carelessness there. I mean, you have got to have your head in the game.
And it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Brown.
A moment now to see the numbers for Smart. Breaking down his play since the All-Star break. He's putting up about 12 points a game, 4 assists, and 2 rebounds. But that's just part of the picture. His defensive presence goes beyond the stat sheet.
And also, his defensive performance can be measured by the lack of offensive stats put up against him.
Now, here's Siakam. This game he had 28 points.
Yeah, trying to get going here, but that's an offer for the first 5 here to start the game.
Here's Brown. That one goes in for him, too, making it look easy. He's now 4 for 4.
And their offense already in a flow. Some stellar shooting to jump out to this.
So, timeout called here. The first for Toronto.
Entertainment, everyone. Come on, make some noise.
Let's see some of the numbers here for Jaylen Brown. We're about 3 minutes into this first quarter. Siakam against Horford. Siakam kicks to Van Vliet. And the Raptors miss again. Celtics on offense. They're on a 14-2 run here. And then Brown with the dunk.
They've been excellent so far, coming in with a well-balanced attack.
And it's helped them build an early lead. They just need to stay aggressive.
Anunoby, and down it goes, jamming that one home.
You can't teach court awareness. Barnes understands when his guys are uncovered.
Brown jams it in.
Building up a big early lead, they have taken charge of this game.
Play calling has been fantastic. They've been a step ahead of the defense since the opening tip.
Awesome display of athleticism captured by your AT&T 5G Slam Cam. And here are the Raptors now, following the bucket by the Celtics. To the wing on the left, and stolen by Horford. Here's Tatum. No good. Good D by Barnes. Raptors trail by 14. Down low. And falls. Great assist by Van Vliet.
He's heady, he's unselfish. All Van Vliet does is make winning plays.
Here's Williams. And Pirtle pulls it down. Barnes looking around. Pass to Van Vliet. On the wing, Barnes. Guarded by Smart. And it's blocked. Anunoby against Brown. Off target with his three. Toronto's gone 0-4 from three-point land to start out. Looking cold from outside. Van Vliet passes to Anunoby. Off the mark, and a chance to trim it to single digits. Boston leading by 12. There's Brown with the three. Count that one as his seventh make in 8 attempts. A scorching 88%.
A bona fide superstar. The pull-up is a deadly shot for Brown.
Now, here's Siakam. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. Horford against Van Vliet. Horford, good. In a moment here, take a look at some of the hustle stats for the Celtics.
For me, they're turning defense into offense, creating opportunities by taking the ball away. Great effort.
And another thing they've done so well is convert fast break opportunities. Great job trusting their guys and getting those easy ones. Offensively, defensively, they are in total control.
This has been an impressive performance tonight. Even with a big lead, they've maintained their focus.
And the rejection by Tatum. They recover it. Back to Van Vliet. Pirtle sets the pick for Van Vliet. And again, unable to change momentum here. Celtics leading by 19 points. Here's Smart. And it's Van Vliet with the rebound.
Well, you have to like their work on the boards, Kevin, particularly here to start the game.
Back to Siakam. Sweet move. And falls. Great assist by Van Vliet.
Gotta get up on Pascal Siakam. When you don't, he hurts you with the jumper.
Well, after their offense stalled in the finals, the Celtics getting some veteran help. Gallinari and Brogdon both bring shooting, and Brogdon's another playmaker on the floor.
Here's Barnes. After the basket by Boston. Pirtle with a screen on Tatum. Anunoby has the open look. Hits it from three-point range. Anunoby's got his second basket of the night.
This is what you already like about OG Anunoby's game. Has a good feel for where to get his shots along the perimeter.
Nice shot by Smart.
Defensively, they've been a step slow here to start.
And so Van Vliet will bring it up for the Raptors, trailing by 19. Last meeting was in Boston, where they were unable to fight off the Celtics.
I mean, in the modern era, you have to be able to stretch the floor, or you're going to struggle.
Reason why, that opens up driving lanes, makes it dangerous for teams to W in the post. The offense becomes more dynamic.
And the Raptors call time here. And a whole new group out on the floor for the Celtics. And then for Toronto, Achua, he's checked in for Perk. Young comes in for Pascal Siakam. And Trent subbed in for OG Anunoby. Here's Barnes. He had an 18-point outing in the last game against Boston.
And not only was he creating for himself, he was setting up teammates with good shots.
And it's Barnes slamming it down.
Speed and power on display from Barnes on that dunk.
Fires the three. It's hauled in by the Raptors. They couldn't put the pieces together, losing that last matchup with Boston.
And they brought the energy. I thought played well, but both teams really put on a great show. Unfortunately, someone had to lose.
Nothing to hang their heads over. When you have two evenly matched teams on a given night, it's anyone's ball game.
And that set them apart today, guys. Their success with the mid-range.
Van Vliet against White. Again, Toronto.
That mid-range jumper is something Van Vliet's developed. It is money.
Here's Muscala. Here's Brogdon. And he lays it straight in. And the Celtics lead by 16.
That's just staying in the moment, keeping with the current possession.
Trent outside. Pass to Van Vliet. Three-pointer. That shot off. So the Celtics will take it the other way. Williams with the ball. And Young picks him up defensively. Barnes outside. Van Vliet outside. Trent passes to Achua. A dunk by Achua.
Gary Trent Jr., his teammate was so open, he could have passed it with his eyes closed.
Boston leading by 14.
You know, a few guys know how to score like Gary Trent Jr. He can fill it up in any situation, firing off quality shots from inside or outside the arc.
Van Vliet looking around. From downtown. Rebounded by the Celtics.
And for his offense, this has just been a brutal period.
And Gary Trent Jr. certainly has some impressive stats as a result of his skills as a scorer.
Jim, how about 5 30-point games in a row? How about 9 threes in a single game? If he finds his rhythm, he can cause you a lot of trouble. I don't know how many shots he's missed this quarter, but they're going to have to find offense from someone else.
Raptors trail by 19.
2 minutes
Now
remaining.
Trent. He's been putting up the points on a very steady basis, averaging around 17.5 points a game. A minute 50 left to play here in the first. Got that one up quick. Now here's Van Vliet. With an average of around 19.5 points a game, his scoring has been a constant for them. They need this. And he lays it up and in. Van Vliet's got his second bucket of the night.
To counter the size deficiency, Van Vliet has developed an insane number of moves inside.
Out of bounds, Celtics ball as Boston keeps possession.
Raptors substitution. Koloko.
So the Celtics call timeout, their first. And Fred Van Vliet, a player who has always shot well from outside.
And Kevin Van Vliet has continued to kind of take on more of an offensive load, increased his volume while maintaining efficiency. Not every player is able to do that.
Celtics Entertainment.
And now let's check out the standings in the Eastern Conference and see how the playoff race is shaping up. Taking a look at Boston. They're second in the conference and looking to finish strong heading into the playoffs. And, of course, there's Toronto. Quite a few spots down the ladder right now.
And I think for Toronto, they had much bigger things in mind when the season started. They didn't think of themselves as a middle-of-the-road club, but right now, that's where they are.
I thought this might happen. Confidence can take you a long way, but you also have to have the talent to back it up.
And on the glass so far, it hadn't even been close.
Van Vliet on the wing. Off the mark there with the three-point shot.
He's doing what he can to help them cut into this lead. His shot just isn't quite there tonight.
The Raptors are only a few years removed from its championship in 2019. Boy, a lot has changed since then.
A lot of change. Toronto is without some of the key pieces from that title team, and it wasn't that long ago. But, Greg, they haven't had to go through a full rebuild. There are some remaining parts.
Listen, the talent they have is still undeniable, and they've got a good mix of young up-and-comers and players in the prime of their careers.
That's good from Muscala. Both good from the line that time.
And one thing that stands out about this Celtics unit is their defensive abilities. They've got a lot of skill on that end of the floor.
Now, here's Achua. He's coming off a 16-point game against the Celtics in Boston.
And his rebounding was solid in that effort as well. He did a lot of work on the glass. All around, just his effort level was off the charts.
Always good to get another look at a terrific defensive play.
And, guys, that is lockdown defense at its finest, going right at the shot and then able to knock it away.
And this is his first trip to the line tonight.
And all you need to do is see his free throw percentage, guys. 90 for the season to know what kind of year he's having.
He's always been a tremendous defender, in my opinion, and he knows he's going to knock down his free throws. But now Fred VanVleet has emerged as a terrific all-around scorer. He can pretty much do it all.
58 seconds left in the first quarter. Passes it to Trent. To the paint. And he banks in the layup.
Great job executing the offense. That pass on time and on point.
Here's Hauser. And he jams it right over Scotty Barnes. Wow.
A primary responsibility of Brogdon's. When someone is open on his squad, he gets it to him.
Here's Trent. There's the drive. That's his second shot and his second basket. He's 2 for 2.
And defensively, they're on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Williams can't get it to go. And so VanVleet will bring it up for the Toronto Raptors. It's an 18-point game. About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Buries the long-range jumper. VanVleet's got 8 points.
Fred's a bit of a streak shooter from out there, but when he's feeling it, he's deadly.
They get it back. Here's Williams. Gets that one to fall after missing his first 2. 1 for 3 from the field.
He's not looking at the score. He's staying focused, and he's staying active.
There's 2 things they rely on him for: being competitive and bringing energy.
The dunk by Achua.
Explosive leaping ability allows him to play the 5, even though he's a little undersized.
Jaylen Brown has been leading the charge for the Celtics. They kept going to him again and again, and he delivered with a master quarter. We'll take a quick break and then back to the action here.
Celtics, Nasty.
And welcome back to the second quarter of action. Plenty of basketball left to play, but this one has been one-sided so far. And for the Celtics here, they've been putting on a show, guys.
Yeah, in that first period, they looked to push in transition at every opportunity.
That's their mindset. Attack, attack, and attack some more. You're not going to beat them playing soft.
Here's Siakam. Out on the wings, it's Brown and Tatum. The post tandem, it's Horford and Williams. And it's Smart in at the point guard. That's the Boston Five.
Can beat you from mid-range as well. Siakam adding more nuances to his game every year.
Shot from the wing. Tatum gets the bucket. And the Celtics lead by 15.
Another good play. This is how they built the lead, calling on the right guys at the right time.
The reason why they've stayed aggressive, and they have not let up this entire night. And at this point, I wouldn't expect them to. And once you get the height advantage from there, no need to mess around.
Anunoby with it. Now guarded by Tatum. And the pass to Van Vliet. The tray. And again, Toronto with the triple.
Comfortable in catch-and-shoot situations. Fred does a lot of things for this team.
Lets it go from deep. And again, Boston with the triple.
Both teams running perimeter-oriented plays that are working.
How often do we see this these days? Clubs answering each other from range.
On the wing, Anunoby. That falls. Great assist by Van Vliet. Van Vliet's got 5 assists tonight.
Yeah, that's back-to-back threes. The D just seems to be slacking off a little bit.
Scooped up. Williams. And it's Williams throwing it down.
Yeah, hard trying to keep Williams off the boards. He makes it a mission to keep possessions alive.
Here's Siakam. Rebound by Williams. Williams has got his 6th rebound on the night.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in crafting this huge lead.
And the short break in the action gives us a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge.
Thanks, guys. Now, Marcus Smart is not shy with his philosophy. He says it takes little talent to play defense, but a whole lot of want to. Get every 50-50 ball, take charges, be a great teammate, compete, never be okay with losing. And Kevin, he has always walked the walk, too.
He has. Defensive Player of the Year. He's a terrific player. No question about it. David, thank you. Boston leading by 14. Takes the three. That's in, and he's now 3 for 3 and looking sharp. When you think of half-court offenses in general, Greg, how critical is ball and player movement to a team's success?
Kevin, unless you have incredible isolation scores, it's essential. Even then, keeping the defense rotating and reacting is the best way to create open looks and offensive rebound opportunities.
Smart against Van Vliet. Trent with the wide open look. And he sinks that one, hitting the back of the rim on the way in.
I love the elevation on that shot. Gary Trent Jr. is a big-time scorer.
Williams inside. Pops in the layup for 2. Williams has got 6.
They're scoring boatloads of buckets. It's raining buckets from inside.
That's in, and he's now 3 for 3 and looking sharp.
If I was still playing, I would love to play with Fred Van Vliet as my point guard. Fred keeps all of his teammates involved.
Here's Tatum. Fred Van Vliet grabs the miss.
His struggles from the field continue, yet they still hold the lead.
Oh, and there's the alley-oop. Oh, a nice defensive play to disrupt the alley-oop. Williams passes to Tatum. Williams trying to break free. Basket good. 6 points for Jason Tatum.
Coming off a scoreless first quarter, he's found a little rhythm here.
Raptors trail by 17. Trent outside. Pass to Siakam. And he goes right over Jaylen Brown and slams it down.
The assist.
You know, he's known as a lunch pail guy. Siakam showing the crowd a little extra that time.
Here's Smart. Rebound by the Raptors. Siakam's got 6 rebounds here tonight. Anunoby finds Van Vliet. And another basket for Toronto.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
Brown against Trent. Jaylen Brown. And that's good. He's got 18.
Well, they're getting a lot of their points outside the paint. 3 of their last 5 baskets are from three-point range.
Trent with it. 7 points in the game. From 17 feet out. Good, and Van Vliet gets the assist. Van Vliet's got his 8th assist in the game. And Smitty, Fred Van Vliet has really come into his own as a starter.
He has, Kevin. He has proven he can run an offense. He's also a dynamic and confident scorer, and someone you can depend on to sink big-time shots.
Brown against Trent. That's to Anunoby. Siakam kicks to Anunoby. And the Raptors hit again from deep.
Man, he keeps doing his part. They just haven't been able to get over the hump.
Here's Brown. And another basket to his impressive total. It's his 9th against 12 attempts.
Continuing to stoke the fire, his shot making has been absolutely superb.
Trent can't hit. Boston leading by 16. Here's Horford. And there are the Celtics with another basket.
Stretches the floor nicely for a big, versatile. Horford's become a perennial all-star.
Toronto calls timeout.
Want a t-shirt? Make some noise.
Here. Richards checked in. Jakob Poeltl's checked in for Toronto. Chris Boucher comes in for Pascal Siakam. And so Van Vliet will bring it up for the Toronto Raptors. They trail by 18. Three-pointer. Boucher's shot is off. Boston's gotten out from three-point land in the second quarter, going 4 of 5 from downtown. And out of bounds as Toronto gains possession. Trent against Smart. Trent outside. Back to Van Vliet. And it's sent back by Horford.
And still capable of being your defensive anchor. Horford is excellent at positioning himself to block shots. Oh, that's
straight TNT, baby. Explosive.
That was pretty, and he just has that effortless knack for getting inside. Raptors trail by 20. Van Vliet outside. A nice jump shot from the top of the key. Van Vliet's got 7 points for the quarter.
This coaching staff has the utmost confidence in Fred Van Vliet, and he's really cooking tonight.
Hands it from downtown.
Starting to heat up now. He nailed one from behind the arc in the first quarter, 2 here in the second.
Van Vliet outside. Here's Trent, and he throws it down hard with one hand.
Getting high in the air. Gary Trent Jr. teaching the rim a lesson.
Celtics leading by 19 points. Horford dishes to Brown. Shoots over Anunoby. And he goes in for the dunk.
Doing his job on the glass and doing it with force.
And Greg, it's not everybody in the league who can make those kinds of plays.
You know, this is one of his specialties, keeping plays alive, creating second chance opportunities.
Van Vliet outside. And it's Trent in the corner. No good from outside. Greg, when you look at Toronto, they have a lot of length and defensive switchability.
They swarm opposing stars and tend to make it very difficult in those passing lanes. So a great profile for a modern NBA defense.
Smart against Trent. Van Vliet on the wing. Here's Boucher. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
A difficult guy to match up with. Boucher can cause your defense serious problems. And when you talk about Chris Boucher, an impressive forward who brings a lot to the table.
Time called here. The Celtics decide to talk it over.
Celtics. Fans, please give a big round of applause for your Celtics youth next team.
Some changes. Achua, he's checked in for Burke. And it's Barnes in for Fred Van Vliet. First free throw is good. And Boucher is one of those guys, Smitty, you love having in your rotation.
Kevin, he can score, rebound, and defend very well, and has shown a willingness to want to get better, which is something you love to see.
He's perfect from the line this time.
You know, from what I've heard, Chris Boucher has a great attitude about his game, and he's always looking for ways to improve.
Here's Brown, and finished off by Brown.
And guys, he's not an easy man to stop when he's got the rim in his sights.
Never has been, never will be. He is a determined finisher. Anunoby passes to Trent. And it's sent back by Horford. Shoots over Achua. He's off on that one, so the Raptors will take it the other way. Anunoby passes to Trent. To the inside. Here's Achua. And he goes big with the dunk right over Al Horford.
Gary Trent Jr. with great awareness, finding a guy with a better shot.
Brown, good.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
Toronto's gone for the three-pointer 7 times here in the second and been successful 3 times. Here's Trent, 11 points in the game. Pass to Anunoby. Kicks it to Barnes. 4 on the shot clock. Connects from three-point range. Barnes has got his 3rd basket of the night right there.
And they're hitting the long-range shots that they were missing in the first quarter, but still have ground to make up. And we haven't seen them be quite as aggressive driving the basketball, settling far too much for jumpers.
And here's Trent. There's the pass to Boucher. And the 3 off target. Tatum down low. Boucher defending. And there it is for him.
Man, he has been locked in this quarter, shouldering the load at the offensive end.
And it's out of bounds. The Celtics will take it the other way.
And a chance here to take a look at the numbers for Barnes. Averaging about 15 points, 6 rebounds, and 5 assists. Fantastic totals for him across the board. I wouldn't be surprised if he keeps rolling.
It's not the monster game that we see from him occasionally, but it's still incredibly impressive.
Pritchard gets the bucket.
And they are earning points with the jump shot now.
Boucher against Tatum. From deep, Trent. The rebound by the Celtics. Brown feeling it out a bit over Trent. Brown, good. Brown's got 29.
Impressive, really, from that short 17 area. They are not missing many.
Anunoby kicks to Trent. Buries it from three-point range.
Do not leave him open in the corner. Gary Trent Jr., he nails it.
Now timeout called by Boston.
Let's see if section can be allotted for a free t-shirt. Headed to the floor right now, it's Celtics Entertainment.
a new group in for the Celtics. Mike Muscala is checked in for Horford. Williams comes in for Tatum. Brogdon, he's checked in for Marcus Smart. And Derek White subbed in for Pritchard. Young's checked in for the Raptors. .11 left in the first half. Here's Brown. Here he goes. And good. Coming on the assist by Brogdon. Brown's got 31. And so it's Trent with it. He brings it up for the Toronto Raptors. And Brown over to help. Puts up a three. Gets it to drop, and now he's shooting at a 5 for 8 clip.
Their third three-pointer in a row.
Here's Brown, and it's Boston with another.
Strong work for him at the offensive end, helping them to maintain that lead.
Barnes against Brown to the middle. Here's Trent. Again, Toronto.
They're still behind, but not because of his efforts. He's been unbelievable this quarter.
Brogdon the pass to White. Here's Williams. That one dropped for his second bucket. Again, 2 for 4.
What you like about White, he plays with his head up, willing to share the wealth with his teammates.
About 7 seconds separating the shot game clocks. Here's Trent, and a strong finish with 2 hands.
Yeah, just solid work on the back end of that play.
Yep, you're right. Finished hard with 2 hands on that stuff. Brogdon inside the line. Toronto grabs the miss. Barnes outside, and Young kicks to Achua. Here's Trent. Can't cash in from close range.
I like it. That's a great battle at the rim. He just couldn't finish.
And so is Boston in very good shape with a 23-point lead at the end of the quarter. From the field, they have been outstanding, amazing shooting. That's what has them headed to a blowout. We come back right after this.
Thanks for tuning in. Welcome. A clinic in execution so far, as it's been a dominant showing for the Boston Celtics.
They've made it a track meet. Transition buckets are easy baskets and easy points, Ernie. That builds your confidence, and it takes the pressure off your half-court offense.
Yeah, it's been a track meet. Trying to get in before the defense sets. That's where you get the good looks. Changing things up now, let's take a glance at the upcoming schedule.
And that game against the Hawks, they should be considered the favorites in that one. But they can't afford to take their foot off the pedal. That's when they get in trouble.
Don't want to fall into a trap game.
And that about wraps it up. And as the third quarter is about to begin, we go to Kevin Harlan for the call.
Well, we've got a second half of basketball for you. We think it's going to be pretty good. A big comeback, though, is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. It's been a clinic out there by Jaylen Brown.
Man, he's been running wild on him through that first half. Absolute dynamite on offense.
This is his challenge, to continue to dominate, to help them try to close strong here in the second half.
And there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. And here are the Raptors now. And on the floor for Nick Nurse as we get into the second half. The forwards are Barnes and Siakam. Anunoby out there with Fred VanVleet. And it's Poeltl in at the 5.
And you look at Jakob Poeltl, great touch and presence inside the paint. Can get you with a move or just power his way to the hoop. Terrific play call to give him a clean look at the rim. That's how you want to start the second half.
Listen, put the ball in the hands of your best scorers and let them go to work. Keep it simple.
Barnes can't get it to go, and Greg Poeltl has so many options to score inside.
And that's why he's such an efficient scorer, Kevin. Very composed at the rim. Doesn't need a lot of time to get his shot off inside.
A moment now to hear from our sideline reporter, Hall of Famer David Aldridge. David.
Thanks, guys. A busy few years for Nick Nurse. In 2019, he helped lead the Raptors to the title, and he was the 2020 Coach of the Year. He says, it means a lot to me that this city and this country loves this team so much. We can go out there and give them something to be proud of. Of course, Kevin, he's been a key part of that success. Back to you.
Maybe the single most important part of their success. D.A., thank you so much. Barnes passes to VanVleet. Poeltl sets the pick for VanVleet. Over Smart. 5 to shoot. Anunoby, no good.
They've shown some strength in the paint today. Their work on the boards has been impressive.
Brown. And good as it just snugs right down through the net.
That's 3 of 4 here to start the half.
Pass to Barnes. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. It goes on Jason Tatum.
Defenders haven't figured out Scotty Barnes yet.
And this is his second trip to the line tonight.
You know, when you look at his numbers this season, he's had a respectable number, 77%.
That's good from Barnes.
The future that Scotty Barnes has in this league is bright. A versatile swingman with an outstanding work ethic.
And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time. Celtics leading by 22. Here's Brown driving inside.
And just awesome speed from Brown, blasting off towards the bucket and slamming it down.
Two minutes gone in this third quarter now. On the wing, Anunoby. And again, Toronto no up. And here's Tatum. He'll bring it up for the Boston Celtics. It's Brown with the drive. Again, the Celtics good for 2.
Dominating when it matters most. Give him the ball and get out of the way.
Siakam against Horford. Pass to Barnes. VanVleet outside. 6 to shoot. Good, and it's Barnes picking up the assist.
3 points.
Barnes has got 6 assists now in the game. For Boston, they've gone 5 of 6 so far from the field in the second half. Tremendous efficiency. They grab their own miss. Williams. And the basket is good, and he's got a chance here for one more at the line.
Defensive
The big hands Williams has, especially effective at just gobbling up misses on both ends.
First trip to the free throw line for him tonight.
And really, the line a season ago was just a battle for him. Just about a 72% free throw shooter.
Toronto's gone into the three-point range 4 times since halftime and buried 2 of them. Too long in the paint. He's hit with a 3-second violation.
Toronto ball.
And right now, let's watch that terrific swat.
Sharp instincts on D there. Just timing when to rise up and swat that one away.
He's gone 1 of 1 in the game so far from the line.
Fred VanVleet at the line for 1.
One shot.
And he shows the focus there, nails the technical. Third quarter here, and 3 minutes have come off the clock. And here's Barnes for 3. Rebounded by Smart. Celtics have gone 6 of 8 on field goal attempts in the third. A 75% clip. Williams can't hit.
And he rushed that one, no doubt about it. The D out of position, you could see the frustration on his face.
Here's Anunoby. No good, shot missing. Some solid defense from Brown. Tatum with it. Headed now by Barnes. Leans from outside, and the jumper is on the mark. Tatum's got 12.
In the mid-range, rarely the hallmark of efficiency in today's NBA, but it is on point tonight.
Toronto calls timeout.
All right, Celtics fans, give it up for Celtics Entertainment.
Pritchard, he's checked in for the Celtics. And here are the deadliest long-range shooters in the league. The real stats, the real scores from the real NBA. In the third spot, Al Horford. Fourth, Malcolm Brogdon.
Either of these two guys force defenders to come out well past that three-point line, and that really opens the floor up for their entire offense.
Just over 3.5 minutes through the third quarter of play now. VanVleet against Smart. Inside. And the shot will not go from Anunoby. And so it's Williams who brings it up for the Boston Celtics. Here's Pritchard. They get it back.
The veteran instincts of Horford just has a great feel for how to position himself on the offensive board.
The Raptors have gone a lackluster 3 of 9 from the field since halftime. VanVleet wide open. Drops in the tray. VanVleet's got 10 points in just the second half.
They've given up a lot of three-pointers here today.
Nice shot by Smart.
Continuing from where he left off. First three-pointer of this half, fourth of the game.
Toronto, they've gone a somewhat subpar 4 of 10 on their shots in the second half so far. Here's Van Vliet from down in the low post. It goes. Van Vliet's got 27.
Trying to slice into this deficit every time up the floor. Terrific quarter for him.
Smart misses.
Made that shot a little harder than it had to be. No one around him. Just rise straight up and drill it.
Now Siakam. He has 6. And here's Van Vliet from the arc. And the Raptors hit again from deep.
He has gotten into a terrific groove here, trying to wheel his team back into this.
And when you look at Pascal Siakam, he has only gotten better.
Yes, GA, having his best seasons the last 3 years, averaging over 20 points, and he's a rebounding machine.
Smart against Van Vliet. And the dunk by Poeltl.
That's a high percentage shot by Jakob Poeltl. He capitalized on that one.
Here's Horford. Good, and it's Tatum picking up the assist. Tatum's got his 6th assist on the night.
And watching that defensive effort right there, you wonder how much they want this game.
They are getting buried tonight with plays like that one, allowing too much space for a good shooter.
Siakam misses. Boston's gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break. Shot on the wing, and it's Boston with another.
And the performance Horford has turned in undeniable. He came to the table hungry tonight.
Down low. Siakam's shot is off. And the Celtics shooting it as well as you're going to see, 67%. Tatum drives in, and he uses the glass on the layup. 14 points for Jason Tatum.
And the ability to score in many ways when Tatum drives with force, get out of his way.
That was a second look at our Mobile One Drive. Amazing control on display.
Still going hard, and that kind of energy and effort is how they built this league.
Now, here's Anunoby. Not a lot of room. And there's the defensive 3-second call. And guys, what do you think about the offensive approach so far that we've seen for the Celtics?
They are dominating the paint in this one. Consistent work inside throughout the game.
And also, they took advantage of their quickness, got inside and blew through the open lanes. Great job of attacking the paint.
And so he hits the technical free throw.
This is as good as it gets from the charity stripe here in the second.
Some changes for Toronto. Achua, he's checked in for Jakob Poeltl. Chris Boucher comes in for Pascal Siakam. And Trent subbed in for Anunoby. Williams against Boucher. And here's Trent outside. That's down the hatch. Notch one more to his total. That's 9 for 15 shooting.
And they have been relentless from deep. And you see the defense trying to react, but to no avail.
You know what? They talked about this at halftime, and they're doing a better job of creating space.
And the D getting outworked there on the putback. Can't let that happen.
For some reason, blocking out has become a lost art, and that's the result you'll get.
A clear look for Van Vliet. The shot, no good. Now Boston takes it the other way. Passes to Hauser. Over Barnes. It's hauled in by Achua.
That's one he knows he should have drained.
Now here's Van Vliet. He's got 31. Over in the corner, Barnes. And it's out of bounds. The Raptors able to retain possession here.
And a chance here to check out some stats for Derek White. He's one of the standouts over the last month.
7th in free throw percentage, and of course, rim protection always at a premium. That's an important part of his game. Top 20 in blocks per.
And yeah, he's a true professional at the free throw line. It's a part of the game where he excels. You want him at the line for you in crunch time.
Never a bad idea to run the old pick play.
You're right. And if it produces a slam like that, we'll probably see more of them.
Especially if the defense is going to allow you to do it. Have to switch on that play.
Thaddeus Young, he's checked in for the Raptors.
Mind the lanes. One shot.
And that one falls for Achua. And so it's Williams who brings it up for Boston. Here's White. He trains the quick shot. White's got 5.
The quickness from White makes the difference. The shot is off in a split second.
And Vliet on the wing. No good on the triple. Boston's gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break. White dishes to Williams. It's hauled in by the Raptors.
What a defensive play. Gets the stop and does it without fouling.
Trent against White. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Mike Muscala. That's his first foul. We're seeing a lot of pretty lively pregame dance routines from the players. You got any of that in your repertoire, say, before we begin a broadcast?
Oh, Kevin, I think pretty soon we should work out a few sequences, get ourselves fired up. You game?
Come on, Greg, I'm not sure about that, but you go ahead and do it.
Grant Williams.
And the foul called on Grant Williams. That's foul number 2 for him. Toronto working the ball around now. And here's Trent outside.
And the defensive versatility Brogdon provides is huge. Able to guard multiple positions due to his size and length.
Releases from the wing and drills it. He's got 8.
Terrific play. This is why you run your offense through him and live with the results.
The pass to Trent. Kicks it out to Van Vliet. He's looking for Trent and finds him. Back to Van Vliet. 5 on the clock. They set the pick. Tries again. That one drops for him.
Van Vliet.
Van Vliet's got 33 points. Boston shooting 66% right now. This offense getting everything they want out there. Count that bucket.
Beautiful find by Derek White. When you start your career with Coach Popovich, you either make the next pass or you don't get minutes.
Brogdon against Trent. Pass to Young. Now here's Van Vliet to the wing right side. Boucher. And it's off from 3-point range. They're making this a runaway.
And the only question for me right now is just how big the lead will eventually become. That's their 3rd straight make off an assist.
Raptors shooting 49% on the game. They'll take that. Trent with it. 21 points in the game. In the corner, it's Boucher. Gets the 3-pointer to fall. Boucher's got 5.
And we've seen Boucher be more willing to take threes. You understand why. Splash.
And there are the Celtics with another basket.
Wow, 10 straight points from mid-range.
The Raptors shooting right around 46% from the floor in the 3rd quarter. Trent kicks to Boucher. Here's Young. The rebound by Malcolm Brogdon. Boston's gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break. Muscala with the ball. And it's Trent picking him up. Muscala misses.
And I was sure that was money on that one, but everyone is afforded an easy miss or two.
Yes, let's look on the bright side. You got a great look. It's a play that you might want to go back to again.
Brogdon. That one does not go. It puts him at 5 for 9 from the field. Thaddeus Young on the wing. And the Raptors miss again.
definitely a situation you want to make sure you don't give him too good of a look.
And Brogdon, here we go. It's in again for his 6th field goal in 10 attempts.
And this is how confident Brogdon is in his scoring ability. Able to get it done from everywhere.
And here's Van Vliet from the arc. Offensive rebound. Here's Boston now. Here's White. And there are the Celtics with another basket.
And 10 of their last 12 coming off assists.
To the middle. Here's Young. Rebounded by Hauser. Hauser's got 4 rebounds now tonight over Young. Boucher with the rebound.
Missed opportunity. It's a makeable shot for him. He just can't get it to go.
Trent outside. Over to the wing. The 3. Drains it from beyond the arc. Boucher's got 8 points.
More comfortable with this jump shot. It's important Boucher continues taking and making shots like these.
And that one is good.
That's the pass you want. Orchestrating the offense, creating for others.
And here's Van Vliet from the arc. Unable to get that one. Jaylen Brown has been leading the charge for Boston. This has been a remarkable game for him offensively. Anytime you get over the 40-point mark, it's been a special, special day. Right back after this break. In a moment now, as we take a look at our State Farm assists of the game.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Yeah, you also have the location of the pass. Puts it right where it needs to be, where his man can do something with it.
And there may not be a lot of drama down the stretch as we head into the 4th quarter, but stranger things have happened. We've got Malcolm Brogdon, and it's Pritchard in at the 1. That's the Boston 5. Williams gets the bucket.
Moving it around, 8 of their last 10 coming off assists.
The Raptors shooting 48% from the field. Not bad at all. Here's Barton. And we've seen not only some new trophies introduced, but Greg, some of the existing ones have been updated.
3 points.
You okay with that?
Oh, I am. In particular, a nice touch to have the previous winners etched into the base of the Larry O'Brien trophy. That's a great way to connect with the history of the game. Working against size, he's just crafty enough to carve out some wiggle room.
And that's tough to do from the mid-range because help can come from anywhere, but he beats everyone to the punch.
No one covering.
Malachi
Flynn's got a couple of 3-pointers now in the 4th for the Raptors.
This is the shot you want to get him, an open look from range.
Brogdon inside the line, and again it's Boston converting.
And boy, he's really in a groove. Dominant performance last game. Same thing this time out.
Here's the thing. He's a guy who will go on hot streaks for you over a number of games.
A leaner. Great pass to set up the lay-in.
That's a well-timed, well-coordinated play. Comes right off the pick for the lay-in.
Outside Williams. Over Young. Oh, and that one had the right spin on it, and it is good. Williams has got 4 this quarter. The Raptors have gotten all 3 of their shots to drop here in the fourth quarter. They came out of the break on a roll. Now here's Flynn, guarded closely. Screen by Young. Flynn with it. Ogden picks him up. And he gets it to go.
Malachi Flynn.
For Boston, they've gone a perfect 4 of 4 to start the final quarter. Can't ask for anything more than that. Kornet can't get it to go.
And I'm sure next time he sits down, coach is going to have a few choice words for him with that shot selection.
And you know what? He knows it. You have to try to play within the system or you're going to come away with empty possessions.
And for a while there, Greg, it seemed like we were entering the super team era. But lately, homegrown talent, players you draft and develop or sign and develop, seems to be the way teams are going.
Yeah, and it's not easy to maintain a culture when you're bringing in stars from outside. We've seen some cautionary examples here of late.
And he shows the focus there, nails the technical. Griffin's checked in for Grant Williams. Just under 2.5 minutes gone here in the final quarter. Out of bounds, Boston takes possession.
Celtic ball.
And here's Brogdon. Here's Pritchard. And a great assist by Brogdon as that one goes in. Pritchard's got 4 this quarter.
I'm not sure why he didn't take more time to square himself up, given the space he had, but he still got the shot to go anyways.
A nice shot by Flynn.
Trying to slice into this deficit every time up the floor. Terrific quarter for him.
Here's Pritchard. And it's Toronto with the rebound. Fourth quarter keeps moving right along. 3 minutes gone so far.
And that's letting the defense off the hook. No excuse for blowing that layup.
And Barton throws it down.
He takes advantage of them in every way possible.
And Greg, he lures them into a trap on the steal, and then bang, straight to the bucket.
Great activity at both ends. Great teamwork as well.
Toronto's gone 2 for 2 from three-point land to start the fourth quarter. Pass to Banton. Poked away. And a little over 3.5 minutes in the books so far here in the fourth. Bucket is good.
You see Griffin keeping his eyes up, looking for a hole in that defense.
Flynn kicks to Young. Passes it to Banton. And again, Toronto with the triple.
Heavy incoming from beyond the arc, a key part of their initiative this entire fourth quarter.
Interesting approach coming down the stretch, looking to rack up points in chunks. Great timing. That can be the difference between an assist and a turnover.
Flynn the pass to Barton. And every year it seems like outcomes in the playoffs can hinge on health. Steve, it's part of the game, as you well know.
It is, Kevin, and we hate it because obviously health can change the direction of a series or a team. But the one thing teams are doing a better job is they are lengthening and going deeper into their bench.
Outside Flynn, beyond the arc. Rebound by the Celtics. Hauser's got 5 rebounds tonight. Time called here. The Celtics decide to talk it over.
And please give a big round of applause for your Celtics youth and team. your Celtics Youth Dance Team.
And now, let's present our New Balance Player of the Game, Jaylen Brown.
Hey, guys, no doubt who our pick was going to be. He's made everyone else on the court look like they're playing at half speed. It's been total domination, and you can't help but just sit back and admire that performance.
And with the playoffs on the horizon, he'll be looking to stay in peak form as long as he can. Here's Brogdon, and good, and it takes it and spots off the right iron and down. Brogdon's got 4 points this quarter. Outside Flynn. Barton sets a screen for Flynn. A beautiful reverse layup.
Shots are just flowing for him right now, having a really strong quarter.
And so it's Brogdon with it. He brings it up for the Celtics. Here's Hauser. Misses the three. Toronto's gone to three-point range for 12 of their points in the final quarter on 4 of 5 shooting. Three-pointer, Barton. Al Horford with the rebound. Horford's got double-digit rebounds now in the game. Here's Hauser. The shot, no good. And it's the Raptors taking it the other way. Barton outside. Feeds it to Young. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. So we know confidence is key, but Steve, when you see young players who haven't done much in the playoffs acting like they've arrived, can that kind of confidence hold them back a little bit?
Well, you love confidence in anything you do, Kevin. Obviously, you need it, but it can backfire. You love that guys want to say they're great, but it all comes down to proving it.
Now a timeout called by Boston.
Celtics fans, get on right now for Celtics Entertainment.
Scotty Barnes, he's checked in for the Raptors.
Entertainment.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
That free throw good from Thaddeus Young. The leadership of the NBA Players Association, Greg, has said they support expansion. And 2 cities which seem to be the leading candidates, Seattle and Las Vegas. What do you think?
Yeah, well, I love both. Had the good fortune of playing in both cities, and I'd love to see a team in my hometown. But bottom line, more teams means more jobs, and that's a sentiment I think most can get behind.
And you have to like how they're moving the ball right now.
Snappy passes to ready shooters. It's basketball 101, but boy, is it working.
Here's Hauser, covered by Barnes. Boston, no good that time either.
Decent look from mid-range, but there may have been a better option for them in that set.
And it's Barnes slamming it down.
It really just led him to his sweet spot for that finish.
Boston's gotten off to an 0-for-2 start from downtown here in the 4th quarter. Makes it off the glass. Flynn's got 15 points here in the 2nd half.
And what started it all, terrific anticipation on the defensive end.
Most teams now are looking to play with pace. No better way to ignite the break than off a turnover.
No chance to shut that one down. Horford's reach made that play unstoppable.
Here's Barnes, and it's good off the back of the rim and in.
He has to show real leadership out there and take this game into his own hands because he's shooting the ball well.
Here's Griffin, and a great assist by Brogdon as that one goes in. Griffin's got his first basket of the night.
Just impressed with the teamwork out there, setting the table for one another.
It's hauled in by the Raptors. Now with the ability to play a soft zone, can Team Steve hide their weaker defenders?
I think it's great, Kevin, for a possession or 2. And it works sometimes, but good offenses always find the weak link.
A great 1-2 punch. Beautiful pass and nasty jam.
Oh, Kevin, not a Petty, not a Manny, but a facial.
Oh, bounce to the ounce, Greg? Yeah, showing off the money.
Well, this is what you're trying to do. Put the game away.
And he's doing it by getting to his spots and making big shots.
Now the pass to Barton. Wants to get it to Barnes and does. Fades. And Boston with the rebound. Brogdon's got 4 rebounds in this game. Griffin down low. It doesn't go for him. And so it's Barton bringing it up for the Toronto Raptors. Over in the corner, Barnes. Shot clock at 5. Al Horford with the rebound. Horford's got the glass covered here tonight. 11 boards for him. Cans the shot with nobody near it. Horford's got 10 points here in the 2nd half.
Man, he's been on point, not forcing things, getting the most of his looks within the flow.
Up top, Flynn. Barnes left side. Shoots from 12. Deflects the pass. The kick out to Young. And again, no good by Toronto. Boston's gotten off to an 0-for-2 start from downtown here in the 4th quarter. Horford from the top of the key. He buries it. Horford's got 24 points.
Oh, he had him spinning. He looks like he's dizzy after that crossover.
Young, a screen on Brogdon. Barton from outside. Griffin grabs the board.
Hard to figure out how he doesn't knock that one down. No defender in sight.
Can't hit that one. So the Raptors will take it the other way. Steve, you played all 4 years at Michigan State. When you think about the fun you had there, what was more enjoyable? playing college basketball or in the pros?
Kevin, I have to be honest, both was fantastic. Winning college those 4 years was something I'll never forget. But then obviously, ultimately, you want to make it to the NBA, and I got a chance to do that. So both were fantastic in my eyes.
They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
Right block shot, and Griffin sends it back.
Griffin has great timing. That's the reason why he blocked that shot.
And that one's good. Brogdon's got 8 here in the quarter.
Working in that mid-range area. The analytics may not love it, but that's a good look for him.
Here's Barton, and Barton throws it down.
Did you just see what I saw? I mean, that move was out of this world.
Executed to perfection, Greg. I mean, he had the rim in his sights and was not going to be stopped.
That's the way you play defense. Anticipated the hop step, beat him to the spot, and able to get the call.
And Toronto will go for a different look here. Now Trent. From outside the arc. Horford with the rebound. Horford's got 13 rebounds in the game. Seeded.
Well, guys, this was never really a contest. Just a total obliteration, if you will. You can safely say mission accomplished now for the Celtics.
This was a team performing to its fullest capability.
A hugely satisfying win. A game that not many will soon forget. And on the other side, one that I think most will try to forget.
And the wins continue to come in fairly easy for these guys in what's been a very strong year, to say the least. Tonight will push them up to 56 wins. And, you know, when you look at the huge impact he had, just a monster game for Al Horford.
He did all the dirty work that they needed, clearing out space underneath and securing rebounds.
Here's what Boston's going with right now. Williams comes in for Robert Williams. And Derek White subbed in for Jason Tatum.
And you know they feel good giving their fans a show here while taking care of business.
They're going to win by a nice margin. The effort was there all night.
Time called here. The Celtics decide to talk it over.
Time for some T-shirts right now, fans.
Changes here for the Celtics. Hauser's checked in, and it's Pritchard in for Malcolm Brogdon. And so it's Williams who brings it up for the Celtics. And count it, the shot is good. He'll go to the free throw line.
Taking no chances. They go on one last run to seal the deal.
Not messing around at all. They were focused, relentless, and they got the job done.
Free throw drops for Al Horford.
And many thought Horford's days were over after his OKC stint, but showed he can still be a difference maker in Boston. And boy, was he a huge part of their finals run.
From deep, Trent. Rebound by Williams. Shot and game clock separated by 5. Sinks the triple. And here are the Raptors now. Now here's Van Vliet. And there's the 3-second call. This one on the defense.
Raptors ball. At the line for the Raptors, Fred Van Vliet. At the line for 1.
One shot.
And the technical free throw is good. Off the inbound. And Boston with the rebound. White looking around. Over Trent. Can't nail the jumper. And so it's Boston easily grabbing this one. And the outcome of this one was never in doubt.
And boy, they really put in a supreme effort. It just felt like once they had that lead and it was comfortable, they were not going to relinquish it.
It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thanks very much, Marcus. It is obvious you never mind sacrificing your body to make the big play. How do you lay it on the line physically?
Just really, influence my teammates. I lead by example. They see the energy I bring, and I just hope it rubs off on those guys.
It certainly did tonight, man. Congrats on the win. Back to you.
All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For David Aldridge, Greg Anthony, and Steve Smith, and the rest of our terrific 2K Sports crew, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. See you next time.